So, Kev, let me get your impression or your opinion on how Anthony Davis's absence could be a major factor going into Game 5 for the Lakers.
I mean, it's absolutely crucial. It's mind blowing that he's hurt yet again. It seems like the Lakers have kind of gone through the ringer in terms of injuries throughout this season, and you kind of hoped for health throughout the entire postseason from their two stars in LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And then AD goes down with a groin injury, and we know what that can do to a player of that caliber, or should I say, of any caliber. LeBron James was out for the majority of last season, or what was it, 2 seasons ago? That was it his first season in LA?
2 seasons ago.
Yeah. Yeah. He missed about 25, 27 games, something of that manner. And it makes a very big difference. And Anthony Davis now having a lot less time to heal. Granted, Braun had pretty much the entire regular season when he got hurt, but the Lakers were out of the postseason at that point. So Anthony Davis is a very, very, very big piece. And him getting hurt, especially at this time where you're going back to Phoenix being, I wouldn't say on a roll, but they did steal one in LA, and the series is tied. This is imperative for the Lakers to have to come out here and win this game tomorrow. I mean, if the Lakers lose this game, Anthony Davis is going to have to come back in Game 6, and he's going to have to pop off. There's no guarantee that Anthony's ruled out for this next game, but based off of what I've been seeing off of reports and what I know about that groin injury, he's either going to be significantly limited or he's definitely going to be out because there's absolutely no shot he plays in this game, in my opinion. That means Drummond's got to step up. Kyle Kuzma's got to step up. The Morris brother has to step up. I always forget which Morris brothers on each team. It's just a force of habit.
It's Markieff.
Yeah, so Markieff has got to step up and so on and so forth. I mean, LeBron James, I believe a reporter asked him today, are his shoulders still big enough to handle carrying a team on his back at this age, at age 38? And I believe that he should be fine. 36. Sorry, I don't know. My brain, I'm so angry with Dallas right now. I got numbers all jumbled and all messed up. So please excuse my inaccuracy today. But LeBron James has got to be able to I'm looking at 38 minutes. That's why I saw the number. It is what it is. LeBron's got to be able to carry this team, but the team itself is also have to step up. Last game, I'm literally looking at this stat sheet. It's pitiful. Just absolutely disgusting. Dennis Schroeder, 8 points. Wesley Matthews, 6 points. Andre Drummond had 5 points. And LeBron had to carry the load with 25 and 12. So we're sitting here just looking down this box score. Just where's the help going to come from? I mean, who's going to be able to step up? Is Marc Gasol going to have to start in his place? Is Montrezl Harrell going to have to come out here and do something? Because what did he play, 5 minutes? Kyle, I don't know the significance. Is it an injury or is it a coach's decision that Montrezl has not been playing?
It's a matchup issue.
So does this mean that Vogel is going to have to play Montrezl Harrell? I don't know, because all I know is DeAndre Ayton is looking at this and saying, oh, my God, barbecue chicken. Because the Andre Drummond the Lakers have is not the Andre Drummond that we all know and love from the Piston days, let alone the Cavalier days, because he was kind of eating in Cleveland too. So I'm thinking if Anthony Davis doesn't play this game, LeBron James is going to have to average or at least put up anywhere from 30, 10 and 10, 30, 12 and 12 for the Lakers to have a single chance. And we're going to have somebody step up, whether that be Dennis Schroeder, Andre Drummond, or Kyle Kuzma. Someone has to help him out because the Phoenix Suns are playing very good team basketball. I believe in this game, they had about 6 players in double figures. They had Jamison Crowder with 17, Bridges with 11, Ayton with 14, Chris Paul with 18, Devin with 17, and then Cameron Payne with another 13 points. So they're spreading the ball out relatively evenly, and they're all getting good looks. So I would probably say that the Lakers are going to have at least 2 players step up alongside LeBron James to help to replace the impact that Anthony Davis would have. So I'm a little concerned for LA in this regard because, again, they are going back to Phoenix. Anthony Davis, we all know, is going to be more than likely missing this game. And history does stand on the side of Game 5, usually is the winner of the majority of series in NBA history. So I hope that the Lakers find a way to squeak this out, but I wouldn't be surprised if Phoenix comes out with an upset, depending on how the Lakers bench produces, or should I say the Lakers role players produce.
I agree. I think his absence, speaking of Anthony Davis's potential absence in Game 5, I think it could be significant because it's like you mentioned. I think DeAndre Ayton's going to look at that matchup of potentially going up against either Andre Drummond or Marc Gasol, and I think he's going to exploit that matchup to his advantage, and I think he's going to probably have probably another 15 plus rebound game. It wouldn't surprise me if he gets closer to 15, 20 points because he has been eating down low. He's shooting over like 80% in this series. So not only is he getting good looks from the field, granted he's mostly beholden to scoring down low, but he's making the most of it. And I just don't know if the Lakers defense is going to be able to really withstand that pressure that Ayton can bring if Anthony Davis is not on the court in game 5 for the Lakers. And it's like you mentioned, with Anthony Davis potentially being out for game 5, you're going to have to see some guys step up here. I think LeBron needs to step up in a major way. I think when I look at this series, he has been what I would say rather passive. I think it may have something to do with the ankle a little bit. He's still being effective, but I think he's going to have more of a prominent role in this game if the Lakers are going to be competitive to possibly win this game 5 in Phoenix. And we're going to have to see Andre Drummond step up to what he used to play like he was in Detroit, like you mentioned. I think he's still getting comfortable with the system that LA is currently running, and there may just be some small chemistry issues, but he's going to have a big game. And all in all, I think they have to limit the turnovers. They had a lot of turnovers in game 4. I believe they turned the ball over 15 times, and there were some really inopportune turnovers that really caused them to lose the game in game 4. So I think they're going to have to focus on playing lockdown defense as best as they can against freaking DeAndre Ayton, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and then you got to watch out for guys like Jay Crowder and possibly Mikal Bridges as well. These guys can knock down shots, and if they get hot, it puts the Lakers in a bind here. So all in all, I think the Lakers can manage to possibly squeak out a game in Phoenix if they play their cards right, but that would probably entail LeBron scoring probably 30 plus, them probably forcing Phoenix to turn the ball over at least 10 to 15 times, probably closer to 15 in my mind. And the Lakers are going to have to get solid bench production from Caruso, Kuzma, and possibly guys like freaking Ben McLemore and Markieff Morris. So there's definitely some pressure here for the Lakers. And it's all dependent on whether or not AD can play. I think if he plays, he will be limited. I don't know how many minutes he would play because that groin injury can be a lingering one. And if he doesn't play, then everybody's got to step up here. And it's going to be quite a game 5, even if AD is on the court or not for the Lakers. I think it's still going to be a pretty competitive game in my mind, though.